I was really moved by your movie because I experienced what you describe, and I thought that it was really easy to slip into pity, something you didn't. And I would like to ask you, how did you work to avoid it, and how the screenplay helped you to avoid it?
Well, Manuela, thank you for saying that, because one thing that was so important to me was never to slip into, as you say, pity, false sentimentality. I myself, as an actress, I really don't appreciate that
Mm.
whenever you come across that as a risk in a story. And with a film like this one, it mattered so much not to make it sad and then stay sad. And actually, some of the odd things that happen when you are experiencing the loss of a parent, sometimes there are moments of really weird humor that you think, oh my God, why is that making me laugh? I'm in this really sad situation and trying to process the emotions of that. And yet something takes you and it does suddenly become humorous and almost ridiculous in how impossible it feels. So getting that balance was really important. And the way that I did that was to pay very close attention, not only to what the actors were doing, but making sure that I had lots and lots of options. So, for example, Tim Spall, there's a lot that he does in the early part of the film that is extremely humorous, making sure I had the right levels of that. And with Toni Collette, sometimes allowing her to be very big with what her character was doing, and also then bringing it down and making it very small, so that the moments of brevity and lightness were always available to me when I came into the edit. And also really being aware of the soundscape, and sometimes not overloading with too many hospital noises, not having the room feel chaotic, sometimes making it feel really still and quiet for those quieter scenes. And also making sure as well that the music cues were perfect, because you slide a music cue 5 seconds either way and it can totally change how much you are leaning into an emotion. And I never wanted to manipulate the audience or to try and trick them into feeling something that didn't feel that it was there and coming from the actors. So I did work very, very hard on that. So I'm really, really happy that you recognized it.
Thank you. From the outside, your character seems like the perfect mother and wife, but there is a really important scene in which she amidst all the pressure and the sense of guilt she felt, can perfection imposed by others be harmful? And how important is to talk about motherhood honestly?
Well, I think it's very important to talk about motherhood honestly, because even mothers who are busy working mothers are they feel guilty to even admit that they love their jobs, that they like their job, that they like to be creatively challenged and uplifted by their chosen vocation in life. So it mattered a lot to me that that was a part of our story, and that I myself do know that there are things that I have been away and missed if I've been filming or overseas. And you don't get to talk about that very often because you don't know who to share those stories with. And so actually the character of Julia, I felt, was really very important because she's so representative of many, many women I admire in my own life, who are busy, working, challenged, stimulated, juggling it all and keeping it together, and kind of keeping emotions hidden away because they've put themselves in a position where it's maybe not their place or not their turn or not their role to say that they can't cope because they've gotten so good at coping all the time. So I do think that representation of working mothers in film is very important, especially as we get older, because when we hit 50, we become so amazing. We become more powerful. The older that we get, more interesting, more able to speak our minds and to be the people that we truly are. And so it really mattered to me that all of these siblings were in their 40s as well. They're not young, they're not in their 20s, they're very, very evolved human beings who have been already dealing with a lot in their lives, some difficulties within their families, and processing this impending loss of their mother in very, very different ways to each other.